I'm going to show you how to build the original community house from the DREAM SMP, but not only that, I'm also going to show you how to do the upgrade. If you want to recreate it yourself, this is the world seed for the DREAM SMP, but I'm also going to be providing a world download which you can find in the description below. You'll spawn into the world at these coordinates, so you want to run through the spruce forest over to that hill in the distance, to the lake which is at 250 minus 250. On the hill with the lava pool, you want to come down to the edge of the lake and replace all the sand with grass. And then your very first block is going to be at this coordinate, and you want to use oak planks and you want to build out 19 blocks into the center of the lake. Now ignore the spruce plank that I put in here. You want to use birch planks and you want to build out 9 on one side, and then you want to do 19 so that you make a full square of 19 by 19 birch planks. Line the square with spruce planks and then fill it in with oak planks. One thing to note is I'll go over how the paths connect to the square platform a little later in the video. Line up each of the paths with spruce planks and then birch planks on each side all the way to the edge of the lake. When you get to this side here with the farm, you only want to go out 16 blocks. On the 17th block at this coordinate, you want to use birch planks and you want to go out 5 on each side and then make a 15 by 15 birch square. You want to line that with spruce planks and then fill it in with oak planks. Now this gravel here and the blocks in the bottom left, you can get rid of those if you want. I think I left them for this. Grab your oak fences and place them on top of the spruce planks all the way around, and then you want to put a fence gate at the opening. And then with oak fences, you want to do 5 by 5 squares in each of the corners with gates at these locations. You also want to replace the oak planks with dirt just here. Place in a couple of crafting tables and a double chest, and then we're going to go over to the wheat farm. Over in this corner, grab your birch planks. You want to build out 4 in a diagonal, and then on the last plank at this coordinate, you want to build out 16 blocks, and you're going to build a rectangle here. It's going to be 16 by 18 all the way around. And this is going to be filled similar to the other squares. You want to line it with the spruce planks, but then you want to fill it in with dirt, leaving a 2 by 2 square in the center. Once you have the 2 by 2 square in the center with the water, you can put dirt underneath it just to create a bottom. Grab your hoe and then till the whole land, and then to plant the farm you want to have the composter at the bottom right, 4 blocks in on the spruce planks. You want to have a row of potatoes at the top, and then on the left hand side you want to put in 7 pumpkins with a space next to it so that the pumpkins can grow, and then fill the rest up with wheat seeds. Back in the center of the build you want to do 5 oak logs, and then you want to do your staircase using birch slabs. You want to start on the farm side and you build it up around the logs, doubling up on the slabs in the corners. You also want to put in some birch fences underneath the staircase. Now I didn't show this in the build, but you do see it a little later on. Now if you've gotten this far, you should have a pretty good foundation of the build. I just want to go over where the paths actually meet the central platform. You can see the spruce planks actually cut into where the birch planks are, and you can see that the oak planks extend into the paths a little bit. I just wanted to make that clear. I did mess it up at the start, please forgive me, but this is how it should be laid out and it should give you a good overview. To make Dream's room, on the prime path side, you want to make a 2-block hole and then jump down into the water, and then you want to make a spruce tube going all the way up, and then fill that with the spruce planks so that you can get rid of the water, and then you want to dig down 12 blocks to these coordinates. On the prime path side, you want to replace the wall with spruce planks and then put in 12 ladders all the way up. Then you want to dig out a 6 by 6 room towards the center of the platform. And this is kind of hard to show, but you do want to dig up all the way to the top and you want to replace the sand with glass. You're going to find this bit a little bit frustrating because you're going to have water pouring in everywhere, but just keep at it. Just make sure that the room is 6 by 6 in total, including the part with the ladders. But you do want to add spruce planks next to the ladders so it makes the room a little bit smaller. And then you just need to replace all of the walls with spruce planks. The glass at the top is 6 by 4 and the room at the bottom is 6 by 5 plus that 1 extra block where the ladder is. On the ladder side there's a ledge that's 6 blocks up, and then you want to put some glowstone blocks in at the top of the ladder area and then enclose the whole area with spruce planks. And that's Dream's room done. onto the actual build of the community house, you want to grab your red bricks and you want to place them all along where the birch planks are on the outside. Do this in all four corners, except where the wheat farm is, you want to leave a gap. Then you want to do a row of glass blocks and then another row of red bricks. Now, why the hell they wanted to use red bricks for this build, I will never know, but this is where we're at. Next, you want to add in 2 rows of stone bricks, and then I'll show you how to do the doorway towards the wheat farm. Connect up the red bricks and the stone bricks above the doorway, and then you want to put in 2 spruce pressure plates, and then you want to add in the 2 oak doors in this formation so that when you stand on the pressure plates, they open. Carry on with the red bricks all the way up. Now I kind of made a mistake here, the second row should have been glass blocks, but I do come back and fix that later. And you can also connect it in the center. I kind of got carried away and just kept going straight up, but you can do it either way. You can connect up the stone bricks across the doorway, and you can also connect up the red bricks at the top. And don't forget, you want glass blocks as the second row. On each of the doorways, you want to extend the red bricks 1 block on either side at the top and add in an oak pressure plate for the doors. For the doorways, start with birch stairs. You want to put 1 face down and then 1 above it, and then you want to add in the oak door next. Then you want to look at the floor and add in a spruce stair on either side, then shift click the top of the door to add in an upside down staircase on top of those. Put in your spruce stairs on either side at the top, and then you want to jump up on a block, shift click onto the door to add an oak stair in the center. And that's the doorway. It's a little bit tricky, but if you try it a couple of times, you'll get the idea. Next, we'll start adding in the upper floor with 2 rows of birch planks, but of course it was at this point that I realized I forgot to put in the glass at the top, so I go back and take out all of the red brick in the second row and replace it with glass blocks. Don't do what I did, learn from my dumb mistake and just get it right the first time. Then you just want to carry on with the birch planks, filling up the whole upper floor until you get to a 3x3 area in the center, and you also want to knock out an extra block where the staircase is and put in a birch slab just there so that you can get up easy. Working 1 block in from the edge, you want to put in 2 rows of sand for the aquarium. The next is going to be a row of glass blocks, and you want to do that 3 blocks high, and then you want to fill the whole area with water. And you want to do this by creating source blocks all the way around and just keep spamming it until it is all source blocks. After that, you can get your bone meal and bone meal the bottom of it so that you've got lots of grass, and then you can add the fish in. 4 tropical fish live in this aquarium, and these are their names. Finish up with some ugly cobblestone on the top, and that completes the outside of the community house, so let's move on to the interior. Starting from the door on the side where the nether portal will be, I'm just going to take a walk through of the interior. I'm not going to go through everything. You should be able to see from this screenshot what goes where. So obviously you've got some chests in the corner with a load of items in item frames. That dog there is called Fran. It's awesome dude's dog. He's the oldest dog on the server. You got a couple of beds there. Now they do change colour like a couple of times, but I chose those because that was how they looked in the very earliest streams. Now all of these furnaces are not against the wall. There is 1 block behind them. They are 1 block out from the wall, and there's nothing in the corner where the wheat farm is. There is a world download, so you can actually walk around this and have a look and see what everything is named, because each of the items in the item frame has their own name. Even the iron golem's got a name. That chicken is called Nugget, but it doesn't actually have a name tag on him. And so that is the whole walkthrough of the interior. On the exterior, there is a little bit more that I did. I put those frames at the end of each pathway. I also added in some yellow sheep and pink sheep in 1 corner of the farm. And yes, that's exactly how they had it on the server. Other than that, this is how the community house looks in the early streams on the DREAM SMP. Now, like I said, there is a world download for this. You'll find it in the description below, so you can have a look at this and walk around yourself. It is in Java 1.16.5. Before we start on the upgrade to the community house, there is a lot of terraforming to do. This here is going to be where the nether portal goes, and I am not going to go through this block by block and show you how to build it. This took me hours and hours and hours, And I'm not even sure that I did it correctly anyway. So you're just gonna have to watch the time lapse, and if you want to recreate it, go for it, but it does take a long time. I also added in the sugarcane farm and then the fence all around the lake, including the bamboo. And then we move on to some improvements to the farm. You want to add in some jungle fences all around it. And of course there are some different animals in there. And then we're going to build the dog house. It starts 13 blocks from the community house, and you want to use dark oak logs and dark oak planks for this. It's going to be 1 block up from the water, and I'll give you the dimensions of the footprint of this, but I'm not really going to go through the entire build of this. I'm just going to go through it quite quickly because I'd rather focus on the community house. And you can see how this is built in the world download. On the other side of the doghouse, you're going to build the to-do list, and you can see that the farm has been upgraded a little bit in the background there. The to-do list does have all the items on it. There are a few things I think that changed throughout some of the live streams, but this is mostly what's on there. And then of course we're going to have Spirit's grave. So Spirit was Dream's horse, and Sapnap accidentally killed him. And the signs on this also include some of the spelling mistakes. Opposite that is Sketch's grave. Sketch's was Sapnap's fox, and you can see him in the original community house world download. And last but not least, you can see I'm adding bone meal to the entire bottom of the lake to grow some seagrass. So now let's move on to the actual upgrade. You want to start by replacing the entire oak floor with crafting tables, and if you don't know why, well, there was this one time when George jumped up on the crafting table and Sapnap, well, you know. Back to the build, you actually want to remove all that ugly cobblestone from the top, and then you want to put in some chiseled stone blocks on the corners, as well as 2 more in the center of each side. They are going to be directly above the path where the birch planks are, and then fill in between those with stone brick slabs. On top of the chiseled stone blocks, you also want to put in some iron bars, and that completes the top. This is a very quick overview of the upgrades that we're going to make, and we're going to be doing this on 2 sides of the build. This is the side that has the prime path on it, so we're going to move on to the side which has the farm on it, and we're going to upgrade the door first. You want to break away everything that's already there, and then you want to put in chiseled stone bricks on each of the corners, and then connect that up using the stone bricks. From here you want to use spruce stairs. You want to put in one right side up and one upside down, and then put in another stair in the center upside down with 2 spruce planks either side. It's as simple as that. Before you put in the door, just replace that middle bit with birch planks and then add the door from the inside. Above the door on the stone brick you want to put in a spruce slab and then spruce trapdoors either side of that. Just below the trapdoors you want to put in spruce fences, and then below that you want to put in 2 lanterns. The window on the left-hand side needs to be broken away, and you need to extend it upwards while also putting a chiseled stone brick on the corner, with the stone brick connecting it to a chiseled stone block above. Replace the glass with panes, and then put 4 slabs above with 2 trapdoors either side. Then you want to put oak trapdoors either side to make shutters. Put some spruce trapdoors on the corner, have 4 oak leaves, and then put spruce trapdoors below it. For the upper window you want to put a spruce sign just above the chiseled block, and then extend the stone brick upwards. And you want to do that on the right hand side as well. And then you want to break away the glass, replace it with panes, and make sure that you surround it with the red brick. And then you do the same treatment with the slabs across the top with the trapdoors on either side. Then you want to do 2 oak leaves with trapdoors on either side and below. In the center you want to put a 2x1 window, replace the glass with panes, and then have the slab and trapdoors at the top with 2 fences below and the lantern in the center. Then all you need to do is repeat everything on the right hand side, and the upgrade is done. On the nether portal side we're going to replace the door, and then we're going to partially upgrade the window on the right hand side, and then we're also going to partially upgrade the window in the middle. The full upgrade wasn't completed on this side because in the stream where they were upgrading the community house, it just devolved into Sapnap and George killing each other as usual. So it wasn't actually completed, and there were no upgrades done on the final side. Moving on to the bridge on the prime path side, you just want to remove the birch planks on either side and then put in chiseled stone bricks about 5 blocks apart. On top of these you want to put in stone brick walls, and then between those you want to join them up with birch gates. And that's the only upgrade on the path that was completed. And finally, I built the prime path leading out into the forest. Obviously there is so much else that has been built on the Dream SMP at this point, but that's going to take me way too long to duplicate everything, so I'm just putting in a few little bits. And as I said before, there is a world download for this. I'm actually supplying 2 world downloads, one with the original community house and then one with the upgrades. So you can use them to play on, or you can just use them as a guide to help you build the community house on your own world. If you're not already subscribed, then make sure that you do subscribe, because I'm going to be continuing this series. I'm going to be creating the rebuild of the community house after it was blown up, and then another rebuild after it was blown up again. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below and let me know how you go with building the community house. And I will see you soon.